live. Welcome. Welcome back to the Mire. Welcome to back to the school year. We're kicking things off here on the Mire pretty much in the exact same fashion we always have, Pogue.
Organized.
Organized.
Oh, this. Oh, that's right. I forgot that part.
Right. My name is Keith Glock. I am here with my partner in crime, as always, the soon-to-be daddy, Matt Pogue. Congratulations, Pogue.
Thank you. Almost.
Almost. We are, like, right there. Are you pooping your pants or what?
No. I mean, I got diapers, so we just use those.
Oh, right.
It's easier. Like, then I don't have to clean up. It's
You
good.
fit yourself into those, huh?
Well, I bought other ones.
That's
I'm
good
not
for
going
you.
to share. I'm not going to share.
Good for you. Want to really thank everybody for tuning in tonight to watch the inaugural Kickoff to Fall Sports. We're going to be joined in a couple of minutes by I don't want to chintz him on his actual title. I was about to call him the band director. He's certainly much more than that these days. Here at Montgomery, he's the director, I believe, of Visual and Performing Arts district-wide. I think that's
K-12, yep.
that is his title. I got that correct. Apologies in advance, Warshawski, if he gets here. Adam Warshawski is going to be joining us in just a minute or two. This really event is more of a salute to the fact that there is a whole group of people who are always here in support of the play on the field, and we want to flip the script on that. So for the band and for the dance team and the cheerleaders, this is kind of a night in salute to them. And we in our own little Montgomery way, we're kind of making this maybe an unofficial pep rally as we're involving all of our fall sports teams. But Warshawski, I assume, is going to be able to tell us a little bit more, because a lot of this really is his brainchild. But that is tonight. And it's actually a really nice segue, Pogue, into the fact that tomorrow, this is like the earliest Week 0 football game that I can remember.
Yeah.
Montgomery will play at Robbinsville tomorrow evening. 7 p.m. is the kickoff. We will be there live from Robbinsville, broadcasting on the Mire as we always do. You can find it live, pregame show. God willing, the hotspot connects us, because Robbinsville let us know today, listen, we don't have any internet out there, wireless or hardwire or otherwise, so we're bringing the Verizon hotspot, and we'll hope that we get it
may or may not have already promised people it was going to work.
Well, that's pretty much on brand for our
Yeah.
entire existence. We tell everybody everything's going to be great, and then nothing works anyway.
Yeah.
At worst, we'll have the whole thing taped, and we'll have it up right as soon as the game's over. But if we can trust Verizon at all, we will be able to bring it to you live. Is this my main guest of honor here?
Yes, it is.
It is. Come on in here, sir. Throw on one of these headsets if you would, and we'll welcome you into the program. Other way there, buddy. Flip that thing around. There you go. Director of Visual and Performing Arts, folks. There you go. Step right into this little space here. I know we're a little tough on space with these headsets, so want to give you the official introduction that we did right before you got here. The K-12 Director of Visual and Performing Arts for Montgomery Township, Adam Warshawski. I'm going to push this thing up just like this for you. It'll be almost like you're chewing the microphone. That's how we like it here on the Mire. Adam, thank you so much for joining us, man.
It's awesome to be here. Thank you so much for having me. You can tell I have years of experience using these headsets.
Don't worry. He still tells me to bite the mic. It's not going to
well,
go away.
He's the softest talker in the history of the world. Tonight, Adam, we had just kind of gave a brief introduction to everybody about what we're doing here with Kickoff to Fall Sports. And this really is your brainchild from a different kind of M. Tell us about it.
So 22 years ago, which is longer than I want to admit, I was at the University of Michigan as a graduate student, and I had the honor of working with the Michigan Marching Band. And it was just a fantastic experience. One of the things that was so cool about being there was the camaraderie between the team and the band. And so one of the things that happened every year is the team would come and actually watch the band perform their show. So the band is there, always supporting the team. Excuse me for just one second.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
No problem. There you go. I'll take that. All righty. Listen, this is what the perils of live television here.
We said he was important. We did say that.
He is. And sometimes when the phone rings, you got to just take the call. So to keep up with what we were saying before, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Robbinsville, certainly a lot of excitement surrounding this year's team. after the way that they finished off last year, the final game of the season notwithstanding. I think that the last couple of games that Montgomery played against Cranford and Northern Highlands, Matt, were against two pretty powerhouse teams.
That was a tough ask, that last game of the season, but the fact that they got to the playoffs at all is something else. That was a great way to finish.
It really was. Obviously we're going to talk a lot about the football team, but go ahead, pick up where you left off.
I'm so sorry about that. So every single year, the team at University of Michigan would always talk about how much they appreciate the support of the bands there at every game, cheering them on. But, the team never gets to see the band play. Team never gets to hang out with them. Team never gets to know the band members. So the coach would always make sure that at least at one of the band practices, the team would show up. And we often did this in the stadium. It was really cool. The team would watch the band play. And then afterwards, the team would actually get to hang out with the band, have lunch with them, kind of get to know each other. It really built a lot of great camaraderie. So I was talking to our athletic director, Chris Grundy, about it. And he was like, why don't we bring that here to Montgomery? And I thought that was an awesome idea.
Yeah, this has been, when I heard about it at first, I said, wow, and this is year one of this. I think what we kind of have tonight, is it like the 4th of July fireworks? No, but I think this is a really nice, way for us to, our first year of doing this, putting our own little spin on it and really kind of bringing all the athletic teams, not just football, together with the band. And, if that... the band is one of the most unheralded things in the history of anything. I guess I can't even describe to you how much appreciation I have for what you guys have done, because you ask for so little recognition, to be brutally honest with you, and all you do is show up consistently. You guys play at such a high level, and quite frankly, what you've done for visual and performing arts for our district, we've been together here a long time now. It's sad to say, you know what I mean? We're going almost 2 decades together here, right?
That's right.
And
this is year 20.
Oh my gosh, 16 for me. It's crazy. We're getting old, dude.
Yeah.
You have to be proud of what you've built here.
Yeah, incredibly proud. And I appreciate you saying all of that. I really do. But I can't take the credit. The credit goes to so many other people. Our incredible music teachers in this district. You hear these kids play out on the field in the high school band. That starts in 4th grade at Village Elementary School when the kids start to learn to play their instruments. And the teachers we have here are all just the most consummate professionals, amazing musicians who just care so much about the kids. So what we see at the high school with the band is a result of all of those years of work with all of our fantastic teachers. And of course, and it's easy for me to say this, I try not to be biased, but I think we've just got the best kids in the world here at Montgomery. And working with those types of students in a creative venue like this just makes it an absolute joy and pleasure. And those kids are the ones who are really giving everything that they have to this. And that's why it's so amazing too. We just, a lot of marching bands and a lot of music programs strive to achieve what we're able to, and again, trying to stay objective, but I think a lot of what we can do is because of the kids that we have and the amazing, their amazing attitudes.
I completely agree. So now you mentioned the teachers from, all the way down at the elementary levels, all the way up to, here at the high school. I am like a music moron. Okay, when it comes to I played the clarinet from 4th to 8th grade, not very well, but, Mom made me do it kind of thing.
I didn't know that.
I did, yeah.
Oh, now I'm going to make you play.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Whatever the note is that you can play without pressing any of the keys, D, am I right? Whatever that is, I could play that.
Which register, but yeah.
The normal one, not the not hard one, okay? That's the extent of my music knowledge. So it always fascinated me, just the breadth of things that you all can do as music teachers. How many different instruments can you play?
Well, so my primary instrument is the saxophone. That's the one that I started to play when I was in 4th grade. And I played it, all through high school and college and took lessons on it and so on. Also, everybody who goes to school to major in music, to become a music teacher, has to learn at a basic proficient level almost every woodwind and percussion and brass instrument, as well as the piano. So when I was in school, I had to take a class on the flute, the oboe, the trumpet, the trombone, and so on and so on. And the idea was to get us all to a level where we could play those instruments well enough that we could sit down with younger students when they're getting started to be able to model for them and show them how to play those instruments well. So I can do that on most of the instruments to them, and so could all of our teachers. In fact, most of our teachers in this district are far more accomplished on their instruments than I am, and they can play more instruments at a proficient higher level than I could too. It's pretty impressive.
So in your heyday, what instrument could I have handed to you that would have scared you to death, that you'd have been like, I don't think I could get this one?
Ooh. I'd say the violin, to be honest.
Right? It's got to be remarkably difficult.
You know, there was something, and it's interesting. I was working with our 8th grade orchestra last year in the spring. I went in and did a couple classes with them. And man, those students were teaching me things
Right.
that I just couldn't. But the violin was one of the most difficult instruments for me to learn. It had to do with the fact that when you're holding it, you have to kind of twist your hands like this. And if any orchestra teachers are watching right now, they would, I'm sure, be criticizing what I'm doing and, you know, ashamed of how I'm showing this. But you have to, how you have to twist your hand, and also, you know, the strings are so small, and with my fat fingers, just kind of didn't work out for me too well. But that was the one that scared me the most.
Okay, I like it, and I can certainly appreciate that. Pretty much every instrument scared me to death.
I'm going to make you play the clarinet. I want to hear it.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I was one of those kids that like needed the little cushion thing because I used to complain that it hurt my thumb when I would hold it for too long. Yeah, I was that guy. As you reflect back, you know, through now the 20 years here at Montgomery, is there an event or a thing that stands out to you and you were like, holy crap, that was awesome, you know, as it relates to visual performing arts?
You know, I don't know. I mean, we've had amazing concerts, right? We've had amazing performances. I mean, there are a couple that stick out in my mind, of course. I mean, we took the high school band maybe 8 or 9 years ago when we did a performance at Carnegie Hall in New York. That was just amazing. The very first performance of the marching band was probably the most memorable because one really cool fact, and something we're celebrating this year, is that this is the 20th anniversary of the Montgomery High School Marching Band. So before I came here, there was not a marching band, and we started it the year I started. It coincided with the football team, which had just started a couple years before that. So this season is our 20th anniversary. So I think back 20 years ago to that very first performance ever of the marching band. It was at Voorhees High School, and I will never forget it as being one of the most proud moments, you know, of my life because it was such a great accomplishment.
That's awesome.
But the really cool moments are in the rehearsals. The concerts are amazing, but the rehearsals are where we spend the most time with the kids.
Right.
Spend the most, you know, it's like if you're a coach, it's during the practices that
Yeah.
you really get to, you know, bond with the students and get to know them and have those great times. And, you know, the game is that much time compared to how much time you spend in the practice.
And you said it before about, you know, the kids teaching you stuff and things like that. And in the rehearsals, in our offices when we're having conversations and all this other stuff, one of the great things I think about the staff here, you guys very much are a part of that, is the humility involved to be able to accept that from the kids, because we know in education that's not always how things shake out, right? But I am like you, constantly amazed at just in the dialogue, you know, what we have and how kind of advanced our kids are, from, you know, music to athletics. Those are the outward things, right? But just those little everyday conversations, you know, really kind of made everything special. And you now made me flash back too to talking about the first performance of the marching band. Before I was ever anything involved in Montgomery, before I even started graduate school, I was a journalist and covering football. I covered the first game here at Cougar Stadium for the newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's one of those things I look back on now, and I'm like, oh man, I still have that newspaper clipping.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember it just like you remember Voorhees High School. Dupree Wade ran for like 255 yards,
Yeah.
and you know they won the home opener. It was a pretty cool thing. But what's one thing? Well, I'm sure there's probably a million things, but something that, as you look now 20 years into your tenure as an educator and all these experiences now K-12, not just at the high school, that you could tell 20 years ago, Adam?
Something that, you know, it's interesting. We have a lot of student teachers, and I'm always thinking of things to tell them that, if I had known this 20 years ago and so on. I think for me, it would be what I was just talking about a moment ago. When I first started 20 years ago, I measured all of our success on that 9-minute field show that we did at the performance. I wasn't measuring the success on the interactions and things that were happening in the countless, literally hundreds of hours of rehearsals that lead up to that 9-minute performance.
Yeah.
And so I quickly learned that, sometimes you have a good show and sometimes you don't, right? We do this field show at every football game and a few competitions and festivals. And sometimes they go great and sometimes they don't. You can't measure the success of what you're doing just based off of that. You've got to measure it over the progression that you have with those students over those hundreds of hours of rehearsals. So in the very early stages of my career, I might be kind of down on myself or down on the band if we had one bad performance, and I quickly realized that that's not the right way to approach it. So
It's all about the connection, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, making that connection will always stay with the kids long after that show that maybe it didn't go as quite the way you wanted it to went. But so tell us about this year's show. What inspired it? What's going on with what we're expecting to see tonight?
So the theme of this year's show is, I see some pizza there.
There you go. Come on in,
Yeah.
Mr. Pachuta. Hey, just feel free. Just walk right in front of the camera. Make sure that you stop and put your. Well, no.
Just block our shot.
I'm
It's
Do
all
it.
good.
Do a cheese pull. Do
Well,
a cheese pull slow mo.
Mr. Pachuta, I'm actually not kidding. You're actually standing in front of the camera live on the Mire right now.
Nobody can hear anything.
No one
you're
can hear what
saying.
he's saying either. It's fine because the microphones are actually still over here. But it's okay. As before, we were so rudely interrupted by the conoscenti of the high school over here. What are we going to see tonight from the band?
So this year's show, the theme is actually space exploration. We've been seeing a lot of incredible images from space from NASA over the past couple weeks, which have I think just yesterday or the day before, a new image of Jupiter.
I saw that.
Came out. It was just incredible. So all of the music we're performing in the show this year has to do with space and space exploration. The students are still, we actually just started our marching band camp in full with the whole band this past Monday. So everything you're going to see tonight, they've learned in 3.5 days, basically. So we're not going to see the entire whole show tonight. We're just going to see part of it. But the opening couple of pieces are pieces that were written to kind of emulate what it feels like to be exploring space and the cool adventure that is.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
I love the relevancy of it. And not only from that, I mean, I just feel like all the people who are trying to get us back to space are just so relevant in the news these days, right? I mean, that's just kind of how things are.
Yeah.
Adam, thank you so much, man.
It's my pleasure. I'm sorry I had to step out for a second there.
No,
I
it's all
really, really appreciate the time. And I just also wanted to say really quick how incredibly appreciative we all are to the high school administration and Coach Grundy, who's walking in right now.
Coach Grundy, wave hello to the camera here
hello.
on the Mire. Thank you.
This is unheard of, where a school actually takes the time and effort to create this type of community between the band and athletics. And so we're really appreciative that the school's doing that. Coach Grundy for organizing all of this. So thank you so much, and thanks for having me on.
The pleasure is all ours. The K-12 director of, as Daddy wasn't a glassmaker here. You want to take a step forward for us? Literally, the camera is on right in front of you.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'll give you that one.
Appreciate that. The K-12 director finally will give you your due of visual and performing arts, and in many ways the brainchild of what we're going to see tonight. Adam Warshawski. Adam, thanks, man.
Thanks so much.
All right,
Thank
we're
you
going to go
very
quickly to
much.
commercial. We'll be right back, and then we're going to bring you the kickoff to fall sports in 2022 coming right up. Stick with us. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back, everybody, to the kickoff to fall sports at Montgomery High School. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Jonas Felak. We are live out at Cougar Stadium, the inaugural kickoff to fall sports. We are waiting for the last couple of students to shuffle in just to before the athletic director at Montgomery, Chris Grundy, gives us a little bit of a welcome. Just so you're aware of how I'm going to try to do this, little inside baseball. I'm just going to keep my headset on here so you guys can all hear everything I'm saying. But I am also serving as the kind of master of ceremonies over the PA this evening. So if you think it sounds like I'm announcing to the crowd, it's because I am. So pulling a little bit of double duty here tonight. You know what, Jonas, if you could too, right before Mr. Grundy gets rolling, maybe you could hand him your headset as well. So this way when, and you know, maybe you need to just slide over there for him while he's doing this, Jonas. And Mr. Grundy, welcome here, buddy. Thanks for doing this. I was saying just keep the headset on while you're talking into the microphone so the Meyer can hear your voice as well. How you doing?
Stressed, but excited.
Good.
This is going to be a good night, and I think we should be ready to rock and roll here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural Kickoff to Fall Sports event. This is something that I am extremely excited about, and I know it's going to be a great evening. I want to first thank Mrs. Pino, Mr. McAvatti, Mr. Pachuta, Mrs. Rivera, and Mr. Warshawski for their help in planning this event. I also want to thank Mr. Glock and Mr. Pogue for returning to school early so that they could broadcast this event live on the Meyer. I would also be remiss if I did not thank our coaches for all their hard work in making Montgomery athletics and marching band what it is. Please remember that this night is all about you, our student athletes, our marching band, and our color guard. As a member of the Montgomery sports community now for over 20 years, watching all of you perform is something that I cherish. Now sit back and relax as I turn the event over to Mr. Glock. Thanks again so much for coming, and I truly hope that everyone has a great evening.
Welcome, everybody, to the inaugural kickoff to fall sports. At this time, like we do at all of our home events, we ask everybody to please rise, if you are able, and remove your hats if you're wearing them as we play our national anthem. As soon as this is done. Teams begin to make their way down towards the field. We want to take a second to acknowledge both the athletic director, Mr. Chris Grundy, and the director of visual and performing arts in our district, Mr. Adam Warshawski. Mr. Warshawski attended the University of Michigan, where a day similar to our kickoff to fall sports was an annual tradition. The football team, after practice, would come into the Michigan football stadium and watch the band perform its show in its entirety. They'd have lunch, they would hang out, and we thought we would bring a little bit of that special tradition home to Montgomery while we honor all of our fall athletes. First, want to introduce our girls cross country team. They will open up the season September 10th at the Kutztown Invitational. They're seniors. Ari Bilodeau, Anjali Dean, Hannah Gale, Sarah Gupta, Snigdha Joshi, Varsha Madan, Ashna Poilil, and Amish Garao, our girls cross country team. Ladies, thank you very much. I just read the seniors. I just read them. Let me reread you those senior names. Ari Bilodeau, Anjali Dean, Hannah Gale, Sarah Gupta, Snigdha Joshi, Varsha Madan, Ashna Poilil, and Amish Garao. We're waiting here as our girls cross country team takes its photos. Poke, feel free to actually speak on the Myrdal. Ladies, thank you very much.
I was working with our team member we didn't name, Lucas Robb.
Sorry, Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas is in training, dropped into the trial by fire.
Welcome to the Meyer, Lucas. And now our boys cross country team. They also will open the season at the Kutztown Invitational on September the 10th. Let's welcome their seniors, Jason Chang, Louis Ducharn, Dhruv Gopan, Skylar Gray, Aryan Gurusamy, Max He, Eden Jung, Varun Madan, Ved Mungara, Jonathan Orlando, Ali Syed, Aman Saini, and Ishan Sopamath.
I think cross country gets the respect it deserves sometimes. That's one of the most difficult things you can do, and yet people just say, "Oh, you just run."
How do we come up with 3.14? That's a number that I don't understand.
Well, that's pi. Yeah, that's pi.
Right, but again, where are we at a 3.1? Right?
I don't know.
3.1's the 5K.
Well, somebody ran 3 miles, and then they said the .1 really makes you the athlete. That's what did it.
Ronnie said, lower the music. He said, wait for them to get in the middle, and then now it's seniors.
Okay, so just lower the music just a little bit. Let's introduce our girls tennis team. Girls tennis will open its season September the 7th versus Franklin here at Montgomery High School. Let me bring you our seniors. First, the two captains, Lana Eichenbaum and Angela Khan. Joined by fellow seniors Ayushi Bhatt, Teja Bomapadikanan, Preksha Chandrasekaran, Natasha Howard, Kimberly Ma, and Arya Patel. Let's hear it for your girls tennis team. Raheel Salim's got a nice little village of humans
that
out
was
there.
a large
There's
turnout this year.
A ton of.
Because
kids in
usually it's
girls
a
tennis.
varsity's 12, and then you got JV with maybe 14. But this is a big year.
No doubt. Let's welcome your field hockey team. They open the season September 9th at Warren Hills. Feel free to make the trek up Route 31 and check that out. Let's bring you the seniors on your field hockey team. Sky Knowlton, Dana Levy, Gwen Reyes-Lukowski, Phoebe Stryker, Emma Wilson, Emily Hume, and Emily Zhang. See, they sprinted right out to the middle. That's
They
what
did.
I like.
They were organized. They were ready to go.
You're a Tiffany Trockenbrod team, okay? You're running out to the middle.
I'm pretty sure one of the practices included doing this just to make sure we got it down. We
There
look good.
is no doubt. Let's hear it for our field hockey team. Please join me now in welcoming the gymnastics team. Gymnastics also opens the season away on the road at Hunterdon Central on September the 8th. See, this is what happens with gymnastics. A lot of injuries in
Yeah.
gymnastics and cheerleading. You know, it's like a very underrated. Well, that's probably a terrible word to describe injury, right? You never want injuries to be underrated.
Unsettling, maybe? There
Yes,
you go. There you go.
that's a better one. Thank you for that, Pope.
I've never flipped casually 10 feet in the air. They seem to love it, and I don't understand how they have that kind of mental strength.
It's one of
Yeah,
those
that's
things.
terrifying.
Yeah, psychologically,
Yeah.
that if you don't do it as a child, it's very difficult to pick up as an adult because your brain forms and it's like, I don't want to do that.
You shouldn't jump on that thing and then flip 3 times and then land. You shouldn't do that.
and
but
by
if-
the way, it's 4 inches wide.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And
Huh?
you're supposed to stick it.
Yeah,
Whoa.
the balance beam. Let's hear it for our gymnastics team. And now please join me in welcoming the girls volleyball team. Volleyball also opening the
Jesus.
season on September the 8th at Basking Ridge against the Red Devils, who for some reason wear green.
You know, it's not too far off.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Let's bring you the seniors, Linnea Carlson, Caitlin Kersey, Nia Epiker, Rachel Mitchell, Asha Patel, Bryn Sillick, and Georgia West.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying.
Volleyball, wait, I missed it. What happened?
They're doing flips.
Oh.
They heard what you said about gymnastics, and they said, we can do that too.
Well, listen, whatever. That works. Volleyball, a relatively new sport here at Montgomery. Let's hear it again for your volleyball team. And now, please give a big round of applause for your girls soccer team. Girls soccer opens the season September the 8th at home against Voorhees. It's a 5 p.m. kickoff right here at Cougar Stadium. Girls soccer now under the direction of Yannick Smith.
I think that's a win for them. That's a good find.
I'm so hesitant to praise Yannick just because I don't really want it to go to his head. But
Well,
like,
no, it can't because there's no more room in there. It's already
it's already
big.
full.
Yeah, it's already big. Don't worry.
If you can't have fun hanging around Yannick Smith, then I just cannot help you
Yeah.
because he's one of those people that makes everything a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable. What a great addition he was to the Montgomery family. Let's hear it again for girls soccer. And their compadres on the boys' side. Let's hear it for the boys' soccer team.
Compadres.
Boys soccer will be the back end of a doubleheader on September the 8th here at Cougar Stadium. Following girls soccer at 5, the boys will host Watchung Hills at 7 p.m.
Are they carrying someone?
Probably. Maybe
Okay.
well, carrying an injured player. That could be a thing that happens.
I don't-
Soccer celebrations are a big deal. They might be working on those. You got to make sure you're ready.
We might really have to tell Timmy Bartholomew to step it up. Boys soccer looks like a cross-country team with the number of kids they have out there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ricky Steve also with a village. Let's bring you the seniors for boys soccer. Alex Bent, Kevin Chang, Aryan Chavan, Austin Dumas, Omar Ganima,
Oh, Jesus.
Sadi Cabra, Ramsey Nuahaid, Mark Oliu, Marlon Montoya, T. Parmar, Madden Topman, Nick Truppi, Tasuku Uraguchi, Matt Barlett, and Caleb Lee, your boys soccer team. And our final team before we kick, we have some festivities this evening, opening their season tomorrow night at Robbinsville. Please welcome your football team. Don't get excited, boys. I mean, good help.
It was a delayed excitement.
I mean, at least they still got there.
Do you want to be the one who ran first? I don't think a false start's a good move right here.
Seniors on your football team: Will
Good point.
Dawson, Elaji Diarra, Colin Diggin, Chris Eubanks, Gavin Gadetti, Keith Holloway, Alex Lemus, Sean Lee, Ethan McManus, Eddie Khan, Joe Rossman, Nino Spera, and Neil Varma. All right. Since you already have a headset on here, may as well talk about this live on the Mire while football's taking their picture. You're going to, after these guys walk off, you're going to lower that music on the outside to a little bit more than a peep, so this way I can explain what's going to happen here for the next thing that we have going on.
Sounds good.
Let's hear it again for your football team.
We haven't had a fourth wall in 5 years.
No,
We
it
never
does not
built
exist.
it. Never built one.
As our football team makes its way back up into the bleachers, let's tell you what we're going to do now. As you can see down on the track, Mr. McAvetti, our vice principal, and our athletic director, Mr. Grundy, raided Mr. McAvetti's bathroom this afternoon and pulled out a whole mess of toilet paper. So each of our athletic teams are going to make their way down to the field at this time, your mummy representatives. There'll be 3 players from each of our athletic teams. One person's going to be the mummy, and the other 2 are going to be the rappers. You have 3 rolls of toilet paper each. Right, 3 or 2?
Three, solid 3.
A solid 3 rolls of toilet paper. We need you to wrap up your mummy with those 3 rolls of toilet paper. Wrap them up good and tight. The first team to wrap up its mummy will be the winner. There are some Wawa gift cards out of the pocket of athletic director Chris Grundy, taking food right off of his own family's kitchen table right into the pockets of our athletics.
The winners, at least.
And he's got a whole bunch of kids, folks, so it was no light task.
I think it's 3 kids?
3 kids. He does have 3 kids.
3 kids.
But he knows everyone at Wawa on a first and last name basis, so.
All right, so we'll get ready with some different kind of music, too, Jonas. You can turn that up as well. Mr. Pachuta, what do you got going for us here, buddy? It looks like he's already got some of that figured out at this point.
What happened?
They're in the thing. So let's tell you who is participating here. As you're looking at them from left to right, we'll start in the exact same way that we announced them. Girls cross country will be hosted by Sarah Gupta, Julia Scrodato, and Ari Bilodeau. Boys cross country, Shashir Tirumalai, Anand Balan, and Vishwa Machukanda. Field hockey's Dana Levy, Emma Wilson, and Jana Hansen. Gymnastics represented by Alicia Adamovich, Karina Davis, and Paige Morrison. Our volleyball players, Georgia Weiss, Caitlin Kersey, and Nia Epiker. Girls volleyball's got it. Feel free to cheer on your teammates here, folks. Girls soccer's Morgan Lopez, Claire Long, and Amy Lee. Boys soccer, Colson Orvos, Chris Lee, and Isaiah Hoon. Football is Nino Spera, Gavin Gadetti, and Ben Watson.
There you go.
There we go. Our marching band, Arnav Tilapur, Nipun Tiwari, and Stephanie Kwan.
Just told by Mr. Pachuta, you are the go. They are going to start rapping and standing up as soon as you tell them.
All right, so when I give the count of go,
Count of go.
on the count of go,
Yes.
you will stand up and rap your mummy. Whoa, I didn't say, you don't stand till the count of go.
No, it's 1,
Come
2,
on
3,
now.
4, go.
4 go.
1, 2, go! and we wrap.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Let's just hope nobody dies on this one. Don't wrap them up too tight around the old neck area up there. Leave a little bit of space for the breathing.
It'll break anyways.
I wonder how much strategy went into this.
Now, is it 2-ply or 1-ply? Because 1-ply, you can really get that off the roll faster.
Mr. Pogue asks a good question. Is it 2-ply or 1-ply? I'm going to vote 1.
Yeah.
Anybody that's frequented the bathrooms here at Montgomery, I think can tell you it's 1-ply.
Oh, man. It's not Charmin, but it gets it done.
Budget concerns are a real thing here, folks.
Yeah, it's no Charmin.
A lot of teamwork involved in getting this done.
There's a lot of different strategies.
Is that tennis?
Yeah, who's far left? Who we got here?
You got whatever, 1, 2, 3. Is that gymnastics?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's walking around like that? That's gymnastics?
Yeah, that is the best
Gymnastics
strategy.
team has really got some things rolling right now.
Oh. Whoa. That was a good one.
But
Is on a roll.
Oh, I know. Get it? Rolling? No? Okay. I'll try harder.
It took a second.
Boys cross country, in Houston, we have a problem over here. We gotta work a little harder, boys cross country. Come on now.
Supposed to go on them.
Don't take you. Listen, underrated right now. Coming on strong, girls cross country, all the way far left on your screens right now.
Wow. That's a runaway.
This looks like what do we have right here in the middle? Boys soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going really well.
Boys soccer is making a run at it. See, but in a really smart move, girls cross country did not suffocate.
No, start at the
They're
bottom.
going.
and
They're
work
going
up.
head
entirely.
last.
Yeah.
Let's see if it pays up for them, Cotton.
I mean, it's pretty warm out today. That's an interesting strategy to go head first.
This broadcast being brought to you in a shameless self-promotion at the moment on the Mire. Head over to the Mire on www.mireradio.com. That's MIRE radio.com to watch the replay of tonight's festivities as well as your football game
No
tomorrow
spacers.
evening.
You said shameless, right? You told them it was shame? Okay, good.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Good.
We can't have shame in this.
If boys soccer wraps that up any tighter, we might have a fatality.
Somebody poke
I'm
a
waiting-
hole.
I'm waiting for Mr. McAvetti to
Yeah.
tell me that we're almost close to a winner here.
Find his nose and
We're
mouth.
very
and
close, he tells me.
poke a hole through there. This is
It
not
looks
good.
like it's a 2-horse race here.
Yeah.
It does?
Everyone else is just
Girls cross
loudly.
country and boys soccer
Football isn't
Are-
going too well. Too bad.
really coming on. Well,
There
although
we go.
marching band, look at what's going. Oh wait, Mr. McAvetti is declaring the contest.
Wow.
He has put his hands in
Soccer.
the air, and it's boys soccer.
There we go.
Not without controversy, because I think I see people wondering how much do they have left on the roll.
And I love the breakout.
Everybody has a nice breakout.
Judging by the breakout, it's confirmed 1-ply.
Yep.
1-ply. I mean, you know.
The good news is that head coach of the football team, Zoran Milic, has volunteered his time to clean up all the TP when this is over.
Seems very happy about that, too.
Congratulations to all of our participants this evening. The next time that you're asked to do this, which will likely be never, you'll have a better understanding of how to go about it.
You know, it's good to have some enthusiasm.
We got to give Mr. McAvetti back his toilet paper, too.
Yeah.
Why did they go head first? I don't get
know.
it. I don't get it.
Don't know why they went head first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our
that's a good question.
inaugural fall kickoff to sports. We're coming up to the coup de grace of the afternoon in the coming performance. The marching band at Montgomery High School is second to none. If you've watched them perform, you know that. And the marching band selflessly gives of its time. I'm getting there, Coach Grundy. Just trying to let you clean up all the TP, right? I know the kids are out of diapers these days, so this is something that you don't experience too much anymore, but it's fine. The marching band selflessly gives of its time, performing in the stands during our athletic events, and tonight's festivities are a salute to their efforts. And before we get to our marching band this evening, we would like to introduce our Montgomery dance team. Now, so I don't have a song to play.
Yeah, we don't have a song.
Someone want to call? You want to call Coach Grundy here?
Oh, they're coming up.
Nobody
They're
got.
running up.
Oh, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming with a phone. See, this is
Let's
just
see.
as I was getting excited about the fact that I didn't know
You have
what
the song?
music to play, everybody arrives to save my life. Mr. Philak, would you make that happen? Once again, let's hear it for our Montgomery dance team.
You can push play if you want. It's quite a glare.
Montgomery dance, affectionately called the Cougarettes, readying themselves out on the field.
There we go.
And here we go. Let's hear it for the Montgomery dance team. They're seniors, Maya Rupel, Caitlin Teeter, Verinda Neb, and Sydney Sapienza. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn it over to the marching band as we will get our first look at the 2022 marching band performance. Up is on and then go.
We'll get some.
All right, let's. I don't really think that we need to talk over this at all, folks. Let's just turn our attention over to the marching band and let them do their thing.
Play some music to kill the time.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2022 Montgomery High School Marching Band and its 20th anniversary season. The band is led onto the field by drum major Michaela Freiter. The director is Rebecca Palmer, and assistant directors are Eric Mazurkowitz and David Rabinowitz. The percussion instructors are Jacob Ford, Josh Laudang, and Guillaume Pandit. The color guard choreographer is Larry Trimble. The music arranger is Eric Mazurkowitz with battery percussion written by Tony Good. Band staff members are Reed Fella, Andrew Hill, Kai Ronquillo, Pete Valla, and Jeff Woodward. This season, prepare for takeoff and get ready for an out-of-this-world adventure soaring past the moon, Mars, through the galaxies, and beyond. presenting their 2022 field show, Intergalactic Interlude. Please welcome the Montgomery High School Marching Band.
I was gonna go get some water right now.
Go do that. Go.
You got this?
Yes, go get water. Grab Lucas one too.
Okay. Alright, I think I have to pay for it, but I don't know. I'll just tell you how much it is.
Is the roof open? No.
One second, I don't know.
You can't see how far it'll go. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get all of it. It's pretty wide. Is that as much as it goes? Yeah. It's alright. I'll just pan with that one and get like a little bit over it.
ladies and gentlemen, the Montgomery High School Marching Band.
Happy now to bring you the seniors on our marching band. Sophia Arastu, Rohan Athreya, AJ Balakrishnan, Lorenzo Baldovino, Logan Dimitriou, Mika Frater, Alex Hoberman, Tanish Jha, Lasya Kandakirti, Atharva Kulkarni, Stephanie Kwan, Niharika Maharna, Pranav Nair, Siddharth Paba, Shivansh Pandi, Kara Prezzo, Jack Reich, Mukalan Saravana Kumar, Oleen Svensson, Arnav Talapur, Nipun Tiwari, Adi Vadavkar, Raj Venugopal, Tej Venugopal, and Ayan Verma. Let's give a big round of applause for the Montgomery High School Marching Band. Waiting for Chris Grundy here to give our marching band some instructions on how to walk out.
Marching orders, if you will.
Now is as great a time as any for all of you student athletes sitting here in our bleachers. Please stand and give a round of applause to all of your parents who have come here this evening in your support and who continue to support you all year long. Parents of Montgomery students and athletes, we salute you. Take a look around, student athletes. These are your classmates. Be supportive, have fun, and have a successful athletic season in the fall of 2022. Thank you for coming to our inaugural fall kickoff to sports. Food trucks are open. Hang out, have some fun. Good luck this year. Well, Pogue, this is an interesting open for us to the 2022-2023 athletic season.
Yeah, it always is, but this especially.
All right, I don't know why you're. I don't know what's going on there with that.
Yeah, not sure.
Throw this guy on, just in case. I think that one's better.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, but it's good to see all this.
No,
though.
it's not.
No, it's not.
I don't know what the story is. Did
It was fine before.
not sure if
I can't hear you now. There we go.
how's that?
Perfect.
Okay, there you go, buddy.
Yeah, but this was a great night. It's good to get everybody out. You see everybody else, because a lot of times you get stuck in your own sport, or marching band takes over your life, and you don't get a chance to see what everybody else is up to. So this is kind of a reminder to support everyone else that's working just as hard as you are.
I see what our problem was there, Pogue. I got it all fixed up now.
Famous last
All
words.
right. No, it was me trying to finagle the volume while the band was playing, which was
Gotcha.
our major reason for that. But Pogue, this was a great way to really kick things off for us, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
I am equally as excited that your wife decided to not go into labor today.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I'm not really sure how I would have been able to accomplish any of the stuff that we ever accomplished without you. But all of the joking aside, I do wish you guys the best of luck. And I see now when we talked about Adam having to entertain the crowd, I'm gonna answer the phone live on the Meyer as the principal of Montgomery High School on the phone. Mrs. Pino Beatty, how can I help you? Miss Pino would like me to take a picture of the band in the 20th season of the band. I can do that for you, Mrs. Pino. How about that? I'll do it while on the Meyer. You as well. Thank you, Mrs. Pino. This is what the job of a whatever the heck I am. It just never ends. It just never ever ends. One of these days we'll figure out how to
I don't know
actually
what the
make
deal
ourselves hear ourselves in our ears. I know it really is probably just the gains.
Think so?
Yeah, but I don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out when we,
There we go.
Whatever. It is what it is. We'll get a picture here for Mrs. Pino, and then we'll remind everybody of what we have going on. It would be better if she could move out of the shot there. There you go, Mrs. Pino. All right, that'll be good for
Perfect.
our marching band. Got them all squared away. Pogue again. We're thinking tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. for pregame. Is that correct in telling everybody?
That's the assumption.
All right, welcome back to the 2022-2023 high school athletics season. This has been the inaugural 2022 fall kickoff to sports. Tomorrow evening, Montgomery football opens the season at Robbinsville, taking on the Ravens. Kickoff is 7 o'clock. We'll be live, God willing, that the hotspot helps us out at 6:30. And despite the fact that he's standing right next to us right now, Tim Bartholomew just blowing us off tomorrow. So you'll have to just deal with Pogue and I, and I suppose that'll be it.
Our loyal viewer will be there.
All two of them. This has been a production of the Meyer. Any production of the Meyer is always the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game and programming without the express consent of us, of me, of Pogue, of somebody here affiliated with us is prohibited. We'll see you tomorrow night, Montgomery football at Robbinsville.